All right, let's get you back to Milwaukee. Mike Budenholzer, the prohibitive favorite for Coach of the Year, at the podium.
Obviously, I think that's more what we're accustomed to seeing. I liked our spirit, our activity, our competitiveness, all up and down the roster. Obviously, Giannis and Chris and Bled really set a tone. And, we just need to kind of capture that, see what we can, take it to Boston with us and play that way up there.
Yeah, but just what do you think about your defense in terms of that third quarter? What do you think you guys were able to do to kind of turn the tide on that end?
To be honest with you, I thought we were competing and playing well defensively for the whole game. And the third quarter, maybe it's just a little bit of, I don't know if you say wearing them down or whatever it is, but we just stuck to what we were doing. Our guys were able to create some turnovers, create some misses, take care of the boards, get out and run. But I thought the defense really from the beginning was quality.
Bledsoe was kind of bottled up in game one and got loose tonight. What was the difference that you saw out of him?
I just, his aggressiveness, was really good. I thought, obviously he sets the tone for us defensively. It's a great matchup at the point guard spot. And, again, I think just like for our whole team, when we get stops, then he can get out and play in transition. He can play with a little bit more space. We were able to get a few more stops tonight. And I think that turned Bled loose and, a couple other situations where he was good in attack mode.
Eric named the Athletic, Bud. That's the most we've seen you switch in a game this entire season. Just what do you think defensively of your guys, and I guess how proud of you were you that they were able to make that adjustment?
Yeah, the guys were good. They probably run more, small on small pick and rolls that, and then some of the other situations maybe we read it a little bit more. But our guys, they competed, they got after it. They were totally bought in. I was very pleased with their effort defensively.
Coach Giannis 18 times to the foul line, and even though he didn't have a basket, I think in the first quarter, but that's what you wanted to see right from the start. He was really aggressive and getting to the foul line, and then those shots are going to come.
Yeah, no, I thought Giannis's mindset and the aggressiveness with which he played, the force with which he played, is what he needs to do and what we need to do. And so, he's going to get to the free throw line a lot the way he attacks, and he's going to finish or go there, and sometimes both.
Coach, do you think that the physicality Boston had with Giannis in game one sort of surprised him and he adjusted tonight, or do you just think maybe it was a little bit of rust in the first game compared to today?
Well, certainly you have to give Boston credit. They played well the other day, and there's no doubt they're a good defensive team. They're well coached, and we didn't play well. So, today we played better. Giannis played better. Collectively, we played better. Now it's we'll go to Boston and be a great game Friday.
It seemed like he was catching the ball in different spots than he was in game one. And I just noticed at practice yesterday, he spent a lot of time with an individual coach. Can you take us through it all, what personal adjustments he may have made or what you guys were working with him on yesterday?
I have no idea what my assistant coaches do with Giannis. So that's a joke. But, in all honesty, it's a lot of stuff what they've been doing, all year. And, getting him in different spots is something that we try and do throughout the year, and sometimes we're better at it than others. Tonight I thought his activity just in general was good. People finding him finding his teammates. So it's his individual work on off days and his practice and work ethic are phenomenal.
With Giannis, I'm curious, did you feel like he found maybe a little bit better balance tonight? It looked like he was looking for the pass early and then kind of picking his spots a little bit there.
Yeah, I think a lot has probably been said. I don't think he was that bad the other day. But, was he better today? He certainly was better. I think finding his teammates, I think we shot it better. Making shots is such a huge part of the playoffs. And, he had guys step up and make some, and I think that opens the court for him. And we got to continue to make shots around him. He's got to continue to make great decisions.
Why the switch to Nico in the starting lineup, and what did you think, of his play and some added minutes tonight?
Yeah, it's interesting. I thought Nico was great. I thought he added a little bit of an energy and an effort, a little physicality. His defense is what stood out to me. Obviously, he's such an incredible shooter and can shoot it from deep. And, you're just waiting for him to pop off 5, 7, 8 threes in a game. So, I think to get him in the game more, to get that three-point shooting, that three-point threat out there, just made sense. Sterling's, a little banged up, a little, his back is just a little sore. So I thought Nico was really good, and I thought his effort defensively, stood out as much as anything. And just the threat of him at the three-point line is, it's really helpful for us.
Just with Chris, just over here, bud. You spoke pre-game that you thought he was one of the guys that played well last game. It seemed in the second quarter he hit a couple of those transition threes, and that really seemed to spark things after that. You were sort of struggling to hit shots before. So what did you see from Chris offensively?
I thought, Chris, like you said, the transition threes, when he's starting to hit those and we got guys backpedaling and they're trying to show crowds and, he gets in a rhythm on his dribble coming up. Those are huge shots for us and him. And, I thought he scored some other ways. I thought our pace and Bled getting to the paint, Giannis getting the paint, sharing it, getting some really good open threes for Chris with, just our activity, our aggressiveness. So he made some tough ones, and he made some, I think that his teammates created some really good looks for him also.
Just taking a look at the bench, I think George and Pat, again, were guys that ate up a lot of minutes. Just how, I guess, convenient is it for you to have George where you just have so much trust in him and he can go out there and play like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to articulate, what George Hill means, I think, to the team, and particularly for me, just to have, a point guard in Eric Bledsoe who starts the game, who's a phenomenal defender, and then to, come in and have George kind of then give Bled a break, and there's really no drop-off defensively. And, George has played in a ton of huge games, a lot of playoff series. He's just he gives me a ton of comfort, and I think he gives his teammates and everybody a lot of comfort for sure.
Coach John Corrales, MassLive.com. How much of an impact was Boston's misses on your three-point shooting, meaning getting out in transition versus game one where they hit a lot more shots and you were going up against a set defense?
Yeah, no doubt. Sometimes it's a make-miss league, and, we'll have to look at the film. Hopefully we were, making it difficult on them at the three-point line and contesting. But it's just like every game. I guarantee you they miss some open looks that, they make those. It's a little different for us in transition. And, just you look at the film from game one, we wish we would have made some more shots and made some more threes. And so we'll look at the film and see. Hopefully it was our defense that, impacted their three-point shooting. And we just got to continue to scramble and rotate like we did. I think, that was a big part of, our defense tonight. Great, thanks.